Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World in my own little spot here at home. So I'm going to have tea, which you won't believe, but it's on the stove. I forgot to bring my teacup over here. Now that's not right, so I have to go get it. So I'll just wait till a few of you come in here. I'm going to go get my tea. Okay. Yeah, that took a minute. Yeah, I made my tea and then left it sitting on the stove. So it's nice and hot. And I just thought I'd come on here because I didn't do my live Wednesday YouTube video, but I did put on that recorded video about my little washing machine. So I hope you all saw that. It's not a very good one because there's so many more that it's not meant to be a how to do it video. It's just meant to be my first experience with my new little mini washer. I really sort of like it. It's kind of fun to use. I was going to do the sheets for my bed today, but I'm going to do them tomorrow because I had an Aldi grocery delivery this morning, and then I got busy doing other things. So I will probably pull the sheets from my bed tomorrow morning and do the sheets in my little new washing machine. I did watch another video of a young couple. It was a really cute video. I don't have the name of it, of course, prepared here, but it's the same washing machine and by Costway, and they're really cute together doing this. And they put all their bed sheets in it. So I think I can fit a lot more than I did in the trial run. I think I can fill it up more with water also. So anyway, if you haven't seen that, it's just demonstrating my first experience with this little washing machine. How is everybody doing at home? Is everybody staying safe at home? I am. I think I'm hitting now a whole month that I have not left my house except for curbside pickup at the grocery store. I've not gone to the barn. It's been, I think now a month, maybe 3 weeks, but I wasn't really in close contact with anybody there either. But that's the last time I actually even saw a person that wasn't in their car. My girlfriend did come yesterday and she stayed in her car because she came for eggs, and I put her eggs in her trunk. But yeah, no contact. And I've been in the house all this time. And it got me to thinking, I don't know if I will ever feel safe ever again going out. I mean, going out into the stores, into the grocery stores or into Walmart or any place where there's a group of people. Even after they lift the stay-at-home thing, I don't think I'll ever feel safe again. That's how I feel right now anyway. I think we're going to have to wear masks for a long time, even if they lift the stay-at-home quarantine or whatever they want to call it. But hi, Sue. I was wondering if you'd see this. Did you get the notification? I should have sent Bumblebee a message because she doesn't go on Facebook or anything, but she should get the notification too. Yep, you got it. Okay, good. It's good to hear that it goes out once in a while when it's supposed to. Yeah, I got an Aldi grocery delivery this morning. They even got here early. And she wasn't wearing a mask. She wasn't wearing gloves or anything. So they bring, you can write what you want done with the groceries on when you order the groceries. And I always put, don't bring me bags. I don't want bags to deal with. I want just the groceries put in the bin out on the deck. So that's what she did. She brought them all. And I had ordered more than I thought I did. I ordered I think it was like a $70 order, maybe $60 order. So it was a lot of stuff, but it all fit in my biggest bin out there except for two things. And when she left, I let it sit out there because it's cold out. Even if something's frozen, I'm sure it was below freezing outside early this morning when they brought it. So I just let it sit out there for a while. But then I went out. I made a container of soapy water with the rags, Sue. And I was going to just clean everything out there. And I'm thinking, why am I out here freezing to death? I'm just going to drag this into the house. So I wiped off the bin as best as I could with the soapy water. And I dragged it into the house so I could at least get the things out one by one and not freeze to death. So I washed every little thing off with soapy water and then let it sit on my counter in the kitchen, which I had washed off, and let it sit there and dry. And the fruit, I ordered another bag of navel oranges because I ate all the other ones. I am eating better, I think, because of this. But I've got another big bag of navel oranges. These were nice big ones. So I cut the bag open and dumped them into the sink. Now I have gloves on and everything. Dump them into the sink where there's going to be soapy water. You know, I'm going to wash them with soapy water. I also put my bananas in the sink. The rest of the things, there were some canned things. There were bags of spinach, bags of different greens. I wiped those off with soapy water. Anyway, it took me a good half hour to clean everything off and get it put away. It's a job to get your groceries anymore. So anyway, I don't know. Do you have that feeling, Sue, that you're never going to feel safe out in the world? I'm starting to feel like that. In fact, if I wasn't a germaphobe, and I wasn't anything near a germaphobe before, I think this could actually make you into one of those. I'm really aware of everything I touch, even in the house, which I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be worried about anything in the house. Nobody's here but me. I've cleaned everything off 1,000,000 times. So I don't know. The only thing coming in are the groceries and the mail. Pretty much they're saying the mail is safe, but who knows? I do spray my mail with Lysol spray. It does funny things to the ink because it is alcohol. The Lysol spray, it dries like instant, really, really quick. So it must be a lot of alcohol in Lysol spray. So I do spray it and let it sit. By the time you wash your deliveries and then use your washer, it will be time to go back to bed. Right. I'm busy. I am busy. And that's why I got busy the other day. When was it that my daughter, I didn't tell anybody this but you, Sue. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Or the day before? Whatever. I've lost track of all time and days. It was either yesterday. No, it was the day before yesterday. Okay. I got busy doing things, you know. And that was the day. That's right. That was the day I did the washing machine demo. So I was busy doing that, or busy editing it. I was busy editing it. And I didn't notice that on my phone, on the iPhone, on the side, above your volume buttons, there's this little button here. It's indented so that you don't hit it by mistake. But you can flip that over to shut off all sound, okay? Then you can't hear the phone ring. You can't hear text doodles. You can't hear anything. Well, I had taken the case off this phone to put it in a tripod when I was doing that video. And I must have clicked that button over, and it was on no sound all day. So my daughter was trying to call me because she calls me several times a day. And she tried to call me. It turns out she called 19 times. And I don't know how many times she texted me. But she was frantic. By the evening, I forget what time it was. It was like 9 o'clock at night. She hadn't got a hold of me all day. And her and her friend were going to come out here together. But she also called the police. She called my police. And right about the time her next call, I heard the call come over my laptop. I happened to be close to my laptop and heard it come over, because if the laptop's on with the lid up, the ring comes over your laptop when your phone rings. So even though my phone didn't ring, it rang on the laptop. And so I knew to answer the phone. And she says, "Oh my God, I've got to call the police." That's all I heard. Then I was frantic. I didn't know what she meant. And I thought she was in trouble. So I looked at my phone and I figured it out within a few minutes that little button had been flipped over. And yeah, I was, it had been flipped over, and I knew that she hadn't been able to get a hold of me. So she called me back right away. She got a hold of the police and canceled the, they were on their way to come and check on me. They do house checks. They're so nice, the police here in this little town. So she canceled it and said she had gotten a hold of me. And she says, now they probably think I'm a crazy person. But anyway, they're the ones that saved the reindeer. When was it? 2 Christmases ago, when it was caught in my poultry netting. They came and then they called the fire department, and they came, and it was the fire department guys that got the deer out of the netting. But anyway, that was exciting. She spent the next hour scolding me about how I can't do that now. I can't just not be in touch with her, because she has inherited my panic attacks. Unfortunately, she is starting to get them more and more. And this situation isn't helping anybody that has anxiety, because if I don't keep myself busy or watching a movie or something, or if I watch the news more than just here and there really quick, I mean, I can get myself in a state. So it's not, if I'm not in a panic state, which I'm trying not to do that, then it's just sort of depressing. I mean, if you think about it. Sue won't be afraid to go out. No. Well, you haven't been afraid to go out, because even though you are wearing a mask and gloves now, you have been to the grocery store, where I wouldn't even think of doing that. See, I'm only doing curbside, and I'm not thrilled about going there either, which is dumb because you're not in contact with anybody except through your glass window. So I got my Aldi delivery, no problem. Within 2 days, it was delivered after I put my order in. That was quick. But Giant Eagle, which I had to go on Giant Eagle, which is a big grocery store here, and order what I couldn't get from Aldi, because Aldi doesn't have everything that I want. So I have to go on there. And then I found a few other things, ended up with another big grocery bill. But when I went to check out and pick a time to pick it up at the store, at the curbside place in the back, there's no time slots available. So I called the store, and they say you have to call the time slots, new time slots open after at 8 o'clock every night. So you have to, and she says you have to get on immediately, because they're filled up already by 5 after 8. So I have my alarm set for 5 to 8. And I'm going to sit by my computer and get ready to click the button at exactly 8 o'clock. That's what I had to do last time too, to get a slot. And you may not get there may not be a slot open for a week or more, but all the ones are taken for this week. Hi, Bumblebee. Oh, I'm glad you came. Oh, well, yeah, my sister says if I had groceries delivered, her son would wonder why I just didn't send him. But is he wearing a mask and gloves? I bet not. I don't know. Is he? But then he's coming into your house, but he's going out. He's going out and in. Yay, what much needed surprise. Oh yeah. Well, I wasn't on yesterday because I did that recorded video. So I just thought I'd come on for tea time and talk about this and that. I really don't have a subject. I did watch a Netflix movie. What this quarantine, or what I don't like to call it quarantine. That sounds like you're sick and you're quarantined in your house, like they used to do with chicken pox and measles. Anybody that isn't my age doesn't remember that, but I have the antique little signs that were pounded on our house in Erie, Pennsylvania, when we came down with measles and chicken pox. And I could probably sell them on eBay, but I'm not going to. No, he doesn't. I know, he goes here and there. That's the problem. Hi, Karen. Thank you for sharing my closet. I see you every day. I shared it a couple times already today, and I'm going on and sharing, trying to get a good amount of shares out there also. Yeah. So yes, when I'm not keeping myself busy, I can always do Poshmark. I did do some listing this morning. Only 3 things, but I have 3 more to list, and then I'll be out of things again. So then everything will be on from my Bumblebee box. My daughter says you should sell the toilet paper. No, I'm already into your toilet paper. Yeah. Oh, the stimulus check. I haven't even looked in my bank. I don't know if my bank account, if I have it connected when I send my taxes. I don't think it's connected. So I think I will be one of the ones way down the line to get a check. But a lot of people do. I don't know. I didn't go on to my bank account, my banking, and look at if I got anything or not. It's just going to go to my daughter. Doesn't have any money at all. And she cannot get on to get unemployment, even though they opened it up for self-employed people, that they'll be able to get something. But nobody can get through here in Ohio. She doesn't have the patience to sit on the phone for hours and hours. I got up to 13K. Did I? Oh, I didn't look. I'm selling 1 or 2 things daily. I mean, nothing to write home about, but at least I am selling enough to keep my postman coming to the back deck. Because I hate to cancel the pickup, because then I'm never sure if they'll come the next day or not, because you just cancel one day. So I like to have something out there every single day, even though it's one thing. And yeah, I have been watching more Netflix movies, even though I haven't found a really fantastic one lately. But last night, I found a Tom Hanks movie. I thought that I had watched I didn't think there were any of his that I hadn't seen. But I found one, Road to Perdition. And it's a part that I would never think that it's not like any parts that he usually plays. He plays a hitman for the Irish mob boss, one of the bosses. I mean, it's very different than what he usually plays. Maybe that's why I never really saw it. But yeah, I watched it. It's good because it's Tom Hanks, and the photography in it is really good. And it's back in the Depression era. But it did hold my interest, so that's good. So I will go on again tonight and try to find another good movie. If anybody knows any good movies, please just list them for me. I need something that's I wouldn't say that was I don't need any tearjerker movies, any depressing movies. Now that was sort of depressing, but I couldn't stop watching it after I found out he was in it, and I got interested in it. So anyway, I'd rather have something. I like mysteries, but I don't want it to be real heavy of anything. Oh, yeah, that was intense. It was. You won't get one until they send out to the Social Security folk. Yeah, I don't know when. probably I won't either. Yeah. So, although maybe I will, because my Social Security, do you get checks from Social Security or does it go into your bank? Mine goes into my bank, so it has to be connected to my bank account. So maybe I will get, maybe I should go look if I got it or not. I don't know how long it's going to take. Have you watched Somebody Feed Phil? Somebody Feed Phil. Is that the name of the movie? No, it doesn't sound familiar. Is that funny? That is why they will. Send it. Somebody Feed Phil. No, I haven't watched that one. Oh, it's a show? It's like a ongoing show? No, I never heard of it. So it's a series that you have to, every time I start watching a series, it ends, and then the next series isn't going to start for 6 months or something. If you file taxes and your refund is direct deposited, no, that's, yeah, my refund is not direct deposited. It will, well, my refund I don't get because it just goes, it gets directed back into my estimated taxes that are due. So I don't know. I probably have to call Gerst to find this out. Oh, yeah, it's a series. I haven't heard about that. I'll have to go look. Somebody Feed Phil. Okay. See, I wrote down a couple things, but I think I already hit everything. The name of my Shirley's World has a whole new meaning now since this Corona thing. I'm in Shirley's world, that's for sure. Everybody should be in their own little world. See? Yeah, you'd think my house would be spotless, wouldn't you? The only thing that's pretty clean is my kitchen counters. I did vacuum yesterday. I did vacuum. I thought of letting the my Roomba, my Niles, my Roomba thing go, but it takes so long and it makes a lot of noise the whole time it's running. I can sweep much faster, and I wanted to get it done, so I did pull out my Shark vacuum sweeper and swept up the tumbleweeds of cat and dog hair. I couldn't stand it any longer. My sewing machine is broke, Bumblebee. It broke about 6-8 months ago. I have a good old one, a Singer. And it's not like the new ones with the plastic gears. This is an old one that has the metal gears and everything. But it needs to be refurbished. I need to take it in to a regular person or company, not company, but place that redoes, cleans up, does whatever they do to the old machines and gets them running like new again. And of course, I just put that off because I don't sew that much. But yeah, I could whip out, I have a lot of fabric. I could sell little lots of fabric is what I could sell, because I do have a lot of fabric. upstairs in that cupboard. My daughter doesn't sew. I don't even know if she used to bring things over to my house that needed buttons sewed on them. So there you go. I'm hoping she at least learned to do that now. She's not a very homey person. But ask her anything about an Arab horse or her horse or anything about horses. Yeah. Horse training, she will know the answer. And have an opinion. But she's not a homebody. So she's going crazy not being able to get out. She does go to the barn. She gets out to the barn, and she has gone to Target a couple times with her mask and gloves on. But the last time she was in Target, she got a panic attack. So I'm wondering if she'll even go back there or not. It's not that it was overcrowded, but it's just, she said there were kids in there, and they were together, teenagers. They were together laughing and that, like nothing was happening. And she got so angry. I said, you should just stay out of the stores for sure. So, I don't know. Fabric selling well on Mercari. I haven't tried Mercari yet. I've looked it up, and I think I joined it, but I haven't put anything on there yet. It'd be really easy to ship. I heard shipping's a problem with Mercari. Is that true? Sue says, what's wrong with our girls? Julie can't do buttons either. Her husband sews. Yeah. Well, I used to sew a lot. I learned from my mother. She sewed everything. Remember, Sue? She made all our clothes. We had all homemade clothes when we went to grade school. Good she never had kids. Yeah. I used to sew. I used to knit baby. I used to, I don't know how many baby things I would knit. Yeah, I used to be quite handy. And I can sew. I mean, I know how to sew, but my sewing machine's broke. I'll try to look into that about Mercari. Yeah, and so did Grandma Wickersham. Yeah, she sewed a lot. My Grandma Wickersham, which was my father's mother, she's the one that put the needle through her, and she had a treadle machine, and she still put a needle through her finger, her thumb. Ouch. Yeah. I remember her old treadle machine and exactly where it sat in the dining room. I remember everything about my Grandma Wickersham's house. Everything. I don't remember anything about my other grandma's house, but they moved a lot. That's why. I probably take after my grandmother Wickersham because she was the farm lady. She had four sons, one daughter. Grew up on a farm. Can Michelle take my machine to a shop? Yeah, in fact, I think the only sewing machine fix-it place is sort of out by her place, actually. I'll have to look it up again. I don't think there's one in Medina that fixes singers. You could cross post. Not true for me for Shipping problems. You don't have any problems? Well, the fabric would be easy. If you just sold little lots of fabric, it would be really light. You could fit it in an envelope, probably. Yeah, I'll have to look up and see how much it's going for and see if I could just sell the fabric. Now's a good time to teach her to sew. Except she doesn't want to come over here and expose me to anything. She's very worried about me, which is nice. I never hear from my son unless I call him. I called him last night and they were all playing a game. And I asked him how he was enjoying family life, and he just groaned. If there was one in Medina, they'd probably come and get it, you think? I'll have to look again, but I don't think there is, because I think I looked before. I'm trying to get her to go on Poshmark, sign up for Poshmark, and put a couple things on so she sees how easy it is, and then maybe she'll start. It's, as far as doing eBay, she wants to be able to come over here for me to show her eBay because it's more complicated. Well, she goes out to the barn every day to see her horse, and there's other people at the barn. They're keeping their distance, but still it's going out. And she's been at Target a couple times out. Yeah, she was going to come out and see if I was laying in the driveway or something, that I wasn't answering my phone the other day. Anyway, I think most of her anxiety is because she has no job. The only jobs there's a million jobs out there that they're listing, but they all have to do with being with people. Those are the jobs that they need people for. You know, the people working for Instacart and people that pick the groceries out. They have to go into the grocery store and pick your orders and come. If they could do that, if they could go into the grocery store after hours, but then you can't pick orders after hours and deliver them the next day because there's things that have to be kept cold and frozen things. So can't do that. Yes, I ordered more ice cream. I'm out of ice cream. I ordered more ice cream. That the kind I wanted I could only get at Giant Eagle, and that's probably one of the main reasons I went to Giant Eagle and started an order. But then it got to be bigger and bigger, so now I have another big grocery order coming. And I don't need this. I don't need all these groceries, but I'm trying to eat healthier, so I need produce. And I'm going to get my NutriBullet out again and start making smoothies because I got a bunch of greens and to put in the smoothies and fruit. So I know what I can add to the Giant Eagle order. I have to add coconut milk, coconut water, milk, whatever they call it. I don't have any of that. That's what I made my smoothies with when I was making them. being out of ice cream is an emergency. Yeah, I think I have a little bit of chocolate left. Oh, and I have a whole thing of vanilla. Because when I ordered my butter pecan, they were out of butter pecan and they replaced it. They didn't ask, they just replaced it with vanilla. Well, you know, it's okay. I mean, I can put a bunch of stuff on it. But I had such a taste for butter pecan ice cream after I ordered it, and they didn't have any. If she's wearing a mask and gloves, to me, that's no different than you getting deliveries and pickups. Well, I'm not going out and seeing those people. They're leaving and leaving. I have contact with the items, but it's well after they've left, and I've let them sit out there, and then I've sprayed them. So it's not, I don't have contact with those people that are bringing my groceries at all. Yes, I do have root beer. Yes, root beer floats. Oh, yes. In fact, just saying that now, I'm going to probably have one tonight. Read up. I think the benefits to your anxiety would be a greater benefit than the minimal threat of her going to the barn, truly. I know, but I can't get past the thing that I have been safe in my house for 30 days and I actually feel safe. In fact, I made sure I was safe. I called the number, the Ohio State Health number, that's written. Our governor comes on TV every day at 2:00 and he talks, and the head of the health department talks, and there's a phone number to call for any questions that you have. It's so that you don't listen to all this stuff that's on Facebook and whatever that's going around. You get the true facts. So I thought, well, I'm just going to call. You keep hearing about the 14-day quarantine when somebody is in touch with somebody else and then they have to go into 14-day quarantine. And I was wondering, is that the amount of time if you don't have any symptoms after 14 days, are you free and clear? Are you for sure free and clear of having anything? Because you know, anybody with anxiety, I can have all the symptoms. I can talk myself into, let me answer this. This is my daughter. I'll just tell her. Michelle?
Hello?
Hello. I'm doing a video right now. I have to call you back. I only answered so you don't call the police. I'll call you right back.
All right.
All right. Bye. Okay. Yeah, so I called down and I talked to a man and I said, I've been in my house for over 3 weeks. I haven't been in contact with anyone. I said, can I feel safe that and he asked me about, do you have any symptoms? Do you have this? Do you have, no. He says, yes, you're safe. So I hope that's right. I mean, then you hear, oh, this is just me doing this to myself. Then you hear about people having the virus and not ever having symptoms. So I don't know. Yes, free and clear. How will I ever come halfway to get you? I don't know. I truly don't know, Sue. You'll have to spray yourself before you get in my car. Oh, dear. Well, we have a winter advisory on right now. We had snow. We had over an inch of snow this morning. It's all gone, of course, now. But it's supposed to snow again tonight, another 1 to 2 inches. We have a winter advisory. And then by the weekend, it's supposed to be nice. And we're supposed to get up into the 50s and start to feel a little bit more like spring. So I don't know. It's disturbing to see the snow when you first get up, but then you know it's going to go away within a couple hours. So I don't know. It's okay. After all, I don't have to drive in it. My daughter's well protected at the barn. Yes. Some people have no symptoms. I know. Will I lock you in your room for 2 weeks? Yeah, Sue had snow. I bet you had snow. Yeah, we did too. But those people are out and about with others. It's people that have no symptoms. Yeah, I suppose. And they got it somehow. But couldn't they have gotten it like when it first started to come here and just had it without symptoms? I mean, how long can you have this? How long, if you have it without symptoms, how long does it last in your body? I don't know that. She most definitely will. Oh. Yeah, I can't lock her in a room for 2 weeks because she only stays 2 weeks. And her bedroom is upstairs. Her bedroom and my photography room are one and the same. Oh, this is just messed up everybody's life. My daughter told me this yesterday. She had heard it, and then they were talking about it on Fox News this morning, that now that they're hearing that this virus actually was something that they were messing around with in a lab and it got out. My daughter heard that too. No, but then after 14 days or less, it's gone. You sure about that? That would be good. Oh, she'll stay longer. She'll stay longer. I have her locked in the room. I'll have to slip her meals under the door. Oh, and she has her dog with her. She has to get out to let her dog out. Shirley and Sue, the Hunkered Down channel. Yeah. CNN has some announcement. I fear what that is. You heard the lab story a couple months ago. Yeah. My daughter was all upset about that she thinks that's awful, that they're messing around with things that could get out and do this to people. I said, well, how do you think they make vaccines? CNN totally lies. Oh, my sister would certainly agree with that. Yeah. I don't know what it went away. I don't know what they were going to announce. Oh dear. Well, I guess I'll go and have some soup for supper. I made that huge pot of soup. I made pantry soup, which is like it's also called ground beef soup or ground meat soup. I use ground turkey as the basis, and then you just add anything. It's like the kitchen sink soup. I made a huge pot of it. And then I almost didn't have enough freezer containers. That's something else I have to buy. Freezer containers. I froze a lot of it, but I put a lot of it in the refrigerator to eat. And I have that's what I'm going to have for the third day in the row for supper. But I like it. It's good. It's good for you. It's all kinds of vegetables. Yeah, China is an evil regime. Oh, my sister says it's called biological warfare. I hope, Sue, don't tell me you're one of those people. Because we don't have a chance if that's all true. Oh, you're making chicken noodle soup? Yeah, I love soup. Yes, the Lord is in control. Then I think, who told me, it wasn't you, Sue, because I was hoping that you wouldn't hear about it. My daughter said that she also heard in some country there were these huge, I mean, they were like 5 inches or 6 inches long, these huge poison hornets that were killing people. I said, well, I'm not even going to tell my sister about that one. She's afraid of bees. It's cheaper to make a virus in a lab and release it, accidentally, of course, and making weapons of mass destruction. Well, thanks, Darlene. Oh. Yeah, I hope my daughter's not on here listening to that. Yeah, I suppose. Read up. The Lord is in control. We have the Lord. Yes, I have my Bible out here. I did start reading my Bible more. I have to say that. I saw something on, I don't know if anybody saw this. It was on public television at Easter time. I don't know if it was on Easter or the day before, the day after, but it was like a 2 or 3 hour thing about how the King James Version of Bible came to be. And I started listening to it, and it really, I didn't know any of this. It was very interesting, especially about Tinsdale. Yeah, you ought to, It's on public television. I'm sure you could probably find it someplace. It was really interesting. It was a long series about it. So I went around and looked at all my Bibles because I have different versions of Bibles. The one I use the most, of course, is I think it's the New King James with big print because it's just much easier to read. But I have my father's old Bible. I have my old Bible that my grandma Wickersham gave me when I was 12 or 14, 12, I think. I have several other versions. I used to listen to Joyce Meyer a lot. You ever heard of her? I watched her a lot on TV. And she uses a Bible that's sort of explains things as you go along. So I have that Bible. I have the New something Bible. I have several Bibles around, but of course I always go back to the one with the big print. So I can't see, even with my new glasses. Read Revelations and you won't ever leave the house. I know. Yeah, see, that's about the locusts and about the things. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of immediately when she talked about these hornets. Well, maybe he's coming quickly. Of course, quickly, what we think is quickly isn't what the Lord thinks is quickly. So, yeah, I would be happy to see him ascend from the heavens. Well, hopefully after this cold spell gets over with, and by the weekend, I'll be able to get outside more, because it's not very pleasurable to go walking around outside. I went out to let my chickens out into the big yard, but 2 of them were still on the nest. So I didn't let them out, because then the ones that come off the nest, they go out and they're frantic because their flock isn't in there with them. So maybe if they're all off the nest now, I will let them out, at least for an hour or so, because the green grass is coming up now in the big yard. Yeah. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Yes. Oh, you have Grandma's big family Bible. Yeah. Next time I come there, yeah, I want to see that. I remember that Bible. She has things written all around the edges. Yeah. When I was looking at all my Bibles, I found all kinds of things in my Bibles too. Some things that I had written, yeah, but other things I had just stuck in there. You know, you stick things in your things in Bibles. In this world you would have trouble, but be of good cheer, for I, Jesus, have overcome the world. Yes. That is it is the different passages. There are so many different passages that can make you feel calm and less anxious. That's why I got my Bible out again. You'll have to lock you in a room when you get here. Yeah. Oh. But I'm coming absolutely germ-free. My car is germ-free. Heaven knows I've cleaned it enough too inside. I don't know. Are we allowed to cross state lines? How is your governor? What does your governor have to say about all this in Pennsylvania? See, our governor, they were talking about anybody coming into Ohio had to quarantine 14 days first. So, Sue, you may not be able to come for a while. Do not tremble or be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Well, yeah, all the governors are saying stay home. Right. No traveling now, for sure. Yeah. Are people still flying here and there? I guess so, because the husband, the people who own the barn where my horses are, he works for a private jet company. He flies rich people and celebrities all over. They ordered a jet, like a taxi, and he works for that company. And at least a couple weeks ago, when I heard he's still going to work all the time, so I guess they're still flying here and there. Tom Hanks got home from Australia. I'm pretty sure that's where he was at home, his home, when he did the Saturday Night Live thing from his home last week. You don't come until that happens, yeah. Of course I still have my underwear on. I have my long underwear on from October till May, the end of May. So, oh yeah, it's still on. Last summer, I didn't even take the electric blanket off my bed. I just would fold it down for any really hot nights. Is there any chance of snow? She won't come halfway to get me. I know. I don't drive in the snow. Oh, I know. I'm getting worse and worse as I get older. I've just become a scaredy cat. And I didn't used to be afraid of anything, right, Sue? I wasn't scared of anything. Nothing made me nervous. I worked in the emergency room. This has all happened within the last, I would say, I don't know, maybe since I turned 70 and I had all that trouble and was in the hospital several times. I don't know if that's when it all happened. I don't know. Yeah. Well, the squirrel is now on my bird feeder, which I just filled for the birds. And he just devours and knocks on the ground so much feed. It'll be half empty by tonight and then empty by tomorrow again. Do not be afraid, little flock, for the Father has chosen. gladly to give you the kingdom. Yes, I'm getting more and more like Mom. Who would have thunk it? I would have thought that you would be the one to get more and more like Mom. And you seem to be the opposite. We seem to be switching places or something. And I don't like this at all. This is terrible. My mother was a terrible worrier and afraid of a lot of things. I thought I was more like my father, Sue. Always, I was more like my father. I am just really sorry that that my daughter has gotten so anxious and things. Again, she wasn't like this at all 5 years ago. Only things that really upset me have to do with your computer. Yes, my sister does get frantic about the computer. And that's probably the one thing that I don't get upset about. If something goes wrong with the computer, I don't know, I just call somebody. I call Apple, they walk me through it. I don't get upset. It always gets fixed. Yes. A couple times my sister has gotten so upset when she's here with something's going wrong with her computer that she was making me anxious. It's just a machine. Can always get fixed. And you're lucky you have an Apple. Just think how it was when you used to have your H&P or whatever it was, your regular non-Apple computer. Your Visa got hacked yesterday. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a problem. It's becoming more and more of a problem. You just tell Chris now when something goes wrong. Yeah, her son's there with her, and he just fixes the things on her computer now. Okay, here comes Chris. Coming from the outside. Yeah. Now, where has he been? He goes to his girlfriend's house, and she has kids, and they have germs. Yeah. I'm not going to my kid's house. I have talked to I need to have them go on FaceTime or one of the video things so I can see my grandkids. I just talking to them. Now I can't tell the difference between my grandson and my granddaughter. Now they're starting to sound exactly the same. The difference between now and 5 years ago is all the negativity and hatred bombarding us on the TV for no reason but to win the next election. That's true. But I don't listen to tell you the truth, I don't listen to much political stuff at all. Yeah. Yeah. My sister says her son, he hates it when you cry. Yeah. He was at the woman's house. Oh. Yeah, I don't go on Facebook anymore, is what I don't go on. I don't like Facebook anymore. There's too much junk on there. I do a little bit of Instagram. Sometimes it goes over to Facebook. I mean, it's shared what I put on, like pictures and that. But I don't go on read Facebook. I think that's one of my daughter's problems. She still goes on Facebook a lot and hears all this trash that isn't real anyway, and she gets all upset. So, well, I've been on over an hour. I'm getting hungry. I guess I'll go fix me some soup. This is serious for sure, but the media is showing their true colors in their over dramatization of it. Probably, yeah. I only watch Fox News, number one. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch any of the other news programs. But because my local Fox News, they're pretty down to earth and pretty. They also don't rev up the weather. That's another thing the other channels do. You'd think there was a hurricane coming every little thunderstorm, and our Fox doesn't do that. Yes, I'm surprised he hasn't realized what time it is. He's not down here. He's still upstairs. You only watch the local news too? Yeah. I made a big pot of your chicken soup. It was delicious. Yes. I love chicken soup. Chicken soup and this pantry soup is pretty good too. But most of the time I make chicken soup. It can cure anything, you know. But I'm going to close, go have some supper, let the dog, give him his supper and let him out, and then let my chickens out. And tonight I will finish listing what I have left to list and then maybe watch another movie. I will look that series up about feeding Phil. Never heard of it. So I'll say bye for now. Thank you all for joining me. And see you next time. Sunday for sure. God is good. Bye.